This metro station sits in the heart of Chennai. Over 45,000 people live within a 10-minute walk. More than 130 bus routes pass through this area. Multiple universities, high-rise offices, and luxury hotels are in close proximity and attract a lot of crowd. It is also the nearest metro connection to Chennai's IT corridor. On paper, this should be one of the busiest metro stations in India, but only about 8,000 people use it every day. Why? When Chennai Metro was inaugurated in June 2015, CMRL estimated that by 2026, 12 lakh people will use the system every day. But today, the daily ridership averages at just around 3.5 lakhs, less than a third of that target. Why are more people not using the metro? This phenomenon is not unique to Chennai and is prevalent in almost all metro systems in India. Studies suggest a complex set of reasons, including high ticket cost, network gaps, inadequate coaches, and so on. But the most commonly cited challenge? It's how people get to these stations. This is the last mile problem. And this station, Littlemont, is a perfect case study for why it's so hard to solve. In this series, we'll investigate key stations across the network to understand why CMRL's ridership has stagnated and how it can be addressed. This is episode 1.
Next station, Littlemount.
The Littlemount station sits on the blue line right above Anna Salai. It has 3 bus stops within a 5-minute walking distance that collectively serve over 130 routes. They account for over 20% of all routes operated by the MTC. CMRL, in partnership with MTC, also operates a feeder bus service, the S98. It connects the Littlemount station to the Tharamani bus terminal, enabling access for over 1 lakh people studying or working in Anna University, IIT Madras, and the various IT parks in the Tharamani area. Despite such a big catchment, why only 8,000 people use the station every day? To answer that question, we first need to understand who currently uses the metro and how they actually get there. We can broadly classify them into 3 categories: people who walk or take the bus, people who get dropped off at the station, or people who come by their own vehicles to park and ride. Let's start with those who walk or take the bus. Irrespective of how you travel, your journey always ends or begins on foot. That's just how cities work. So footpaths aren't a nice to have infrastructure. They are the foundation for everything else. But on the roads around Littlemount station, they are either blocked, broken, or non-existent. Obstructions like wires, waste, and vehicles are a common sight. It's nearly impossible to find a continuously even surface to walk on. Even walking to the nearest bus stop, just 150 meters away, puts pedestrians directly in conflict with speeding vehicles. The walk to the other 2 bus stops, about 400 meters away, is even more difficult due to the lack of designated crossings. Even where crossings exist, vehicles don't respect them. These roads are officially 4 lanes and for one-way traffic. But stand here at rush hour and you'll see 6 to 7 cars going side by side. These roads are wider than necessary for 4 lanes of traffic. Hence, overspeeding, wrong side driving, unpredictable merges, and unorganized parking are common occurrences and normalized bad behaviors. For the 45,000 people living within the station's influence zone, and for the thousands of bus passengers arriving here, the poor walkability makes accessing the metro feel uncomfortable, unsafe, and utterly unpleasant. Next, let's look at people who get dropped off at the station. Those who arrive by autos, taxis, bike taxis, or with friends or family members, or by their company vehicles, or even the S98 feeder buses, get dropped off at the designated drop-off points. Even though these signs say it's a drop-off zone, the road markings make it look like a traffic lane. The signs are too small for moving vehicles to notice. This isn't a design quirk, it's a crash waiting to happen. The drop-off zone is inadequate during peak hours due to the high volume of traffic and longer dwell times, including that of the S98 bus. This creates traffic bottlenecks. The feeder buses have a capacity of 21 people and run once every 30 to 40 minutes. If someone wants to take the feeder bus from Tidal Park to the Littlemount Metro, it could take up to 60 minutes, including wait times. According to the study by WRI India, people prefer taking the metro only when they can access the station within 20 minutes, including wait times. Despite all this, the demand is so high, these buses are overcrowded during peak hours. These buses run a total of 28 times in a day. Assuming all buses run at full capacity, the S98 brings in about 600 commuters to the Little Mount station each day. That's a mere 7.3% of total users. All indicators point to an urgent need to increase frequency of these buses. Lastly, let's look at people who drive themselves. CMRL has consistently prioritized increasing the parking capacity at stations to facilitate park and ride. This commitment is shown clearly in this old press release from 2009 to their latest annual report from last year. At Little Mount, CMRL operates two parking lots, one accommodating up to 150 motorcycles and a second lot with a capacity for 39 cars and 185 motorcycles. The total capacity here is 374 vehicles. According to CMRL's parking availability data, the parking lots at Little Mount get fully occupied before 10 am on most days. When bike and car users arrive and find no space to park, they face three choices. 1. Park illegally on the footpath or nearby streets. 2. Drive to the next station and try their luck. 3. Just give up on the metro and continue driving to their destination. Option 1 makes things worse for pedestrians. Option 3 defeats the entire purpose of building a metro, which is to remove vehicles from the road. CMRL's parking flow data shows that only about 500 unique vehicles use the Little Mount parking in a given day, which indicates most of these users are people who park all day and go to work or study. We noticed that most of these vehicles had single occupancy. Even if we generously assume double occupancy for all vehicles, the number of people arriving by their own vehicle is only about 1000 per day. That's just 12.2% of all users. So, what do these numbers tell us? 88% of metro users in Little Mount arrive by walking, taking a bus, or sharing a ride. Only 12% drive themselves to the station. Yet, almost all of CMRL's station level investments to improve last mile access has gone into building more parking. Vehicles don't take the metro, people do. Even those who park and ride are a group that has high tendency to take public transport. If they are given more options to reach the metro that are safe, reliable, and affordable, a lot more people will consider shifting to the metro. So, what needs to change? First, fix the footpaths. Take any rapid transit system from around the world, and pedestrians form the majority user base. Wheelchair accessible footpaths with safe pedestrian crossings that are shaded during the day and well lit during the night must be the first and foremost priority infrastructure for any city. Second, waiting 30 to 40 minutes for a bus will not attract more people. Buses every 5 to 10 minutes will. The demand is already there, the supply needs to catch up. Third, redesign the pickup and drop off zone with clear road markings, proper signage, and a dedicated space that ensures no conflict between drop off vehicles and moving traffic. Fourth, a single car parking spot could serve 5 bikes or 10 cyclists. Provide more parking for cycles and disincentivize cars carrying only one person. Additionally, cycle sharing systems, feeder share autos, and bicycle networks should be implemented with careful planning. In the long term, area level parking management systems should be rolled out. On street parking can generate enough revenue to maintain footpaths and cycle sharing systems. None of this is technically difficult. All of these solutions are proven concepts from cities around the world. However, the practical difficulty is in getting CMRL, MTC, GCC, and the Highways Department to act as one unit to tackle these problems. That requires strong political leadership and political will. If we want to encourage more people to use the metro, improving their travel experience just within the metro stations is not enough. Their entire journey experience needs to be improved. That's the solution to the last mile problem. Until we fix that, our metro systems will not reach its full potential. If you are a metro user or someone who wants to use the metro, let us know what challenges you face in accessing the stations below in the comments. In this series, what station do you think we should take up for the next episode? Let us know that in the comments as well. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to Nagarial for more such videos.
4 pieces. It's not enough. What to do? Okay.